Hello and welcome to Pacific Northwest Crafter Flosstube episode number 10. My name is Crystal and tonight we'll be talking about what I've been cross stitching in February. I've had 6 finishes and 4 starts. One of them was a start and a finish. And yeah, I have a couple other whips that I was working on, plus some haul, just a little bit of haul planning for Nashville, of course. And yeah, and some things that I would want to plan on working on or hope to work on in the coming month, as well as possibly, depending upon how long the video is, I was going to show you what I've been working on as far as organizing my fabric, which I did take some time to do this past month. So yeah, February just seemed to fly on by. January was dragging and then February gone in a blink and everything. But looking at the list of what I've been working on, I did actually get a lot done, even though I felt like I didn't, because I've been busy with work the last couple of weeks, and then prepping for being out for a week next week for training and such. So yeah, but otherwise nothing else too exciting going on. There was some heavy wind that we had. Luckily my power stayed on for most of it and not too much damage around my area. So yeah, that was a good thing. And otherwise, it's been great weather this past couple of days, knock on wood, and hope it stays that way and spring is here. So let's get started on what I have been working on. So if you remember back in January, my plans were to work on a lot of FFOs this month, and it came around and I had good intentions, and then just wasn't feeling it. So I did organize things. I made piles of like what I wanted to finish in a frame, what I wanted to finish as a pillow, what I wanted to finish as maybe something else, say on a board or so forth. So I did get them into those piles and such, and I didn't get much else done on sewing them and such, but I did lace my first project. So let me show you that. So last year I stitched, this is the first one I stitched in this series, the Spring Folk by Hands On Design. And I got the board and I want to finish them, maybe switch that up a little bit from the photo. And of course the backing fabric is a little bit hard to find on some of these, but I wanted to kind of finish them in the same manner, similar manner, and worked on getting all of them on finished so I can display them. And so it's practically a finish. I'll explain that a little bit. So here we are. This is the first time I actually laced a piece. So Kathy has some great instructions on how to do that. So I followed those instructions for the folk design, and I had some of this pink fabric in my stash. And the rickrack is the called for. Oh, I want to say it's Grace Green by Lady Grits. Oh, you know what? I did have this handy. It's Grace Green. I was close. So Grace Green rickrack by Lady Creates, and then this is just some pink fabric I have from a bundle I bought from Primrose, and yeah. The board is from Chantel's 141, and I stained it in, I believe it was, Jacobian is that one. So if you take it off, that's what the board looks like. I like the detail of looks like a quilt in the background. And here is this. Now you'll notice that this comes off pretty darn easily because I don't have any magnets on it. The point, the intent was to use magnets to attach it and everything, and I have some magnets, but they're too small. I had 2, that wasn't working. I had 3, and that's not working. So I pulled those magnets off, and I have an order into Amazon. I think they were delivered today for some bigger magnets that hopefully we'll put on the back and then stick on the back of this board, and which is, just plain. And that one will be finished, and I can display it for spring. I do want to get some jute twine. I think I have some in my stash someplace, and wrap it around here. And then I was thinking maybe making some felt flowers to go on it. So that was my FFO. I'm going to call it an FFO for now, or call it good. But that's the only one that I got fully finished this month. But I did have 6 finishes. So let's take a look at those. First was Peace and Goodwill by Brenda Gervais, or With Thy Needle and Thread. And this was what I considered my blessing sampler for January. I finished it 2 days late, but I finished it, so we're gonna count again. And I like the sentiment of peace and goodwill, and I wanted to carry that out, that thought throughout the year, and so that's why I chose this one. Plus I love the design. And so here we are. I did stitch this on, 36 count Tephra from Cedar River Linens. And I used most of the called for floss. I know I switched out the white because the called for was not cutting it with this fabric. I could hardly see it. I mean, I do want it kind of ghosty, but not as ghosty as it was. The white was supposed to be light khaki. And my light khaki is kind of got a yellow undertone, lots of yellow undertones, and I wasn't liking it for the snow. So I think I used grits on this one, per darn sure it's grits. And if you have any questions about this pattern or anything that I show, please feel free to leave me a comment. I'm happy to tell you the details if I skipped over or if you want to know more information. The other thing I changed was I did change the house to wood rose. It is the same that is already in the pattern for these little motifs. And then I think I switched out the shutters to be a brown too. I got that idea from Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher when she changed her house. So yeah, peace and goodwill. And I want to frame that up, so I wrote down the dimensions so I can go and look for a frame with next time at one of the craft stores. So there's that one. Next up for a finish, I was working on some things that I started in 2024, and one of them was Primrose Cottage Snowman 2024, and I got that one done. It's a cute little snowman. I left off the date because 2023 Snowman, which I also have, that one doesn't have a date, and I kind of wanted them to be uniform. My hope is to place them all in frames and have all the snowmen in different frames. So yeah, one's so cute. The only thing that is left off right now is the little heart that goes upon him, but I wanted to wait until I was really ready to frame it, so that way if I had to iron it, it wasn't ironing over a button. And that one is on 32 count light taupe, which I believe is a called for. Yep, called for, and I just used the called for DMC. It is charted in color and cotton, but I wanted to kind of keep it uniform again with throughout the years, and 2023 used DMC, so I decided to use the DMC this year as well, or 2024. There supposedly is a 2025, but it hasn't been released yet, so waiting for that one. Next up was a start and finish. This is Be Mine, is it? I'm pretty darn sure that's what I call it. Yeah, Be Mine, I call it Be Mine House. It's by Primrose Cottage, and it is a digital download. So this is what I have. Charts on the other side of this. And I did use the called for DMC. And I stitched this up in about 3 days. So 3 nights, it was pretty quick. It's a cute little stitch. And it's on 32 count Wren. And what I wanted, it's like, it measures 3 by 3 or so. And I think on Primrose Cottage, they have some new frames on their website that are really cute. Like there's a kind of a natural with like a whitewash look to it kind of frame, and I want to check out the size and see if I can't use one of those to put this in and yeah, have it fully finished soon. So there's that one. That was cute, quick little stitch. I was happy I got that one done. It was on my to-do list from last year and I just never got a chance to do it. So but this year, they also had some really cute Valentine's Day patterns that came out, Primrose Cottage, that is. And so I got, I think, 3 out of the 4 that they released, and I've started 2 of them. One of them I finished. So Valentine's Day quilt, I started this one in January, and I am stitching it upon 32 count, where did it go? 32 count blush, Lugana. Using all the called for, I got the floss pack from Primrose Cottage, and they such cute, and I think is it Color and Cotton? Yep, Color and Cotton, and one classic Colorworks. The ribbon red is classic Colorworks. Yeah, otherwise it's color and cotton, and I love the pink and the blue together. So cute. And I really like the blue star that looks like little envelopes. And I had a thought of making this, like stitching it again and making this part a biscornu, but it's on the diagonal, so I don't know if I can translate it to make it go up and down. So we'll see. That's fun on the agenda for next year. So yeah, that one, I do have the finishing kit to make it into a pillow, so that is on the pillow pile. Then another one I started in January, or actually, sorry, we'll do the other Valentine's way first. So this one I started last year. It is Heart and Hand, the Big Hearted Tiny Town. And I love all the Heart and Hand Tiny Towns. This is the only one I've stitched. I have patterns for, I think, the Seaside, the Thankful one, and Frosty, but I haven't started any of those yet. So I want to work on them. I do want to finish them as a drum, and I don't know where it was. I think it was Facebook, but somebody posted how they got a little turntable from Amazon and it's just like perfect size for the drums, and it was so cute that it was operating. You could see, that way you could still see all sides of your drum, and I thought that was awesome. So I know I looked it up on Amazon and I favorited it. I haven't bought it yet, but yeah, that is on my plans to do. And I just finished this the other day, so this one's kind of wrinkled. And here we are. And I did use all the call for floss, and this is on, I believe it's a 32. I'm pretty sure it's 32 count Pink Splash by Fabric Flair. And I got the idea to do it on the Pink Splash from Nicole Spore. And I love how it turned out. Super cute. So can't wait to figure out how to do a drum. Never did a drum before, so that'll be fun. And yeah, so those are all my finishes. And give me 1 second to move the pile from one pile to the other. Those were all my finishes this month. I'm glad I got 6 of them, and I had more finishes than I did starts, so that was a good thing. My whip number is coming down. For now, we will talk about Nashville and the plethora of cute patterns that are coming out for that. But I did do 4 starts. So I was in a Valentine's Day mood. One of them you saw, the Be Mine Home. So that was a Valentine's Day start. I also absolutely loved Brenda Gervais Love Notes. So I wanted to start one of these, and it's a great little chart that it calls, all the called for is DMC. But out of all the DMC I had practically none of them that were called for. And I really wanted to start it. So I pulled some floss that I had, just random ones. Here, let me show you what I stitched so far. I am stitching this one on 40 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. And hold on, I'm like in the midway. I have hanging threads always. And I am doing the Cupid's Cup. So right now, hold on a second. It's this one right here, little cup. And there I am. I got the Duxbury fabric, and I really like this little spot. It looked like coffee stain to me. So I really like this little spot, and I wanted to stitch with this spot. There is like the steam will be coming up right here, I thought, and there's some flowers over here that I thought would look really cool. So I randomly started in the middle of fabric so I could have this spot on the piece. I do want to finish this, I think, into a little pillow for my coffee bar area, but I love how it's turning out. I really do like the variegation in these. This is Classic Colorworks Cupid, and then this one is, I want to say it's Ladybug is what I got. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that one was Ladybug. And I just kind of pulled some floss that I had in my stash. There's Classic Colorworks Ladybug, Cherry Tomato. I really wanted to use Cupid for all of the red in my Valentine's Day stitching. I thought it was appropriate, the name Cupid for Valentine's Day stitching. So in my head that worked, and that's what I wanted to do. Then I did I did have a couple of DMCs, and the white, I don't know. I have a white, but then I do have light khaki. And I'm kind of liking the light khaki on this. But I don't know if it's too yellow or not. We'll see. I don't know how much more I'll stitch on this now since Valentine's Day is over. I'm kind of getting that. I love the pattern, but I'm also kind of getting into the spring mood. So we'll see how it goes. And then the hair, I have some Pirate Robin in mushroom. So I thought that was a kind of match my hair. I'll go with that. So that was one of the love notes. There's 5 patterns in that. And so I have at least one of them started. I'm glad. And we'll work on that. And oh, you know what? You're probably like, Crystal, you only showed 5 finishes, not 6, because I just realized I forgot one. So let's go backwards a little bit. I also finished Warm Winter Wishes by Primrose Cottage. So this one, there we are. I started one day in January when I was on a plane. And yeah, it was so quick. This was in their 2023 Sip and Stitch box. And I'm pretty sure you can buy it now on their website. And I just used all the call for floss. If you can see in the red cup, those are supposed to be French knots. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at French knots, I'm finding out. So, but they kind of look like sprinkles still, and I'm going to go with it. So yeah, that's going to be a pillow eventually. All right, so that was finishes. Back to the whips. And so, all right, back to starts actually. So Love Notes was a start, and I got a good progress on that. My start for actual Valentine's Day was another of the Primrose Cottage's recent Valentine's stitches in Home Sweet Home. Again, I am stitching this on 32 count blush and using all the call for floss. Oops, hold on a second. I have my needle stuck in the fabric and I was about to lose the needle, so one moment. All right, and here we are. And I'm loving how that one's turning out. Such the blue and the pink is just so cute together. So yeah, that one I got a good chunk of it done. So I might again. I want to work on everything all the time. I'm sure nobody else feels that way else, right? Ha! Everybody wants that. Darn work getting in the way, but we'll get to it. If I don't get to it this year, I'll bring it back out for next year for Valentine's Day. The other pattern I did get from them, since it's here in this bag, is the alphabet one. And that is just such a super cute little alphabet that if you ever wanted to make something else, you can pull the letters from the alphabet. And I like that. Thought of doing that possibly. So yeah. The last start I had for February was on President's Day. One second. So I felt like I needed a President's Day start. And so I was looking at what I had already in my stash, kitted up for patriotic theme, and I had Stripes by Shakespeare's Peddler. So Stripes is the second part because it comes with the ampersand and then the stripes barn, stripes on the side there. And the first part is Plum Street Sampler's Stars. Make sure. There we go. So I already started this last year. Around, I want to say July 1st, around July of last year, but I didn't get to, I was going to finish that one fully first before I went to Stripes, but I really wanted to start this one too. So I did, and I am using all the called for, and I am stitching this on, I'll make sure I get it right, 40 count Ligonier Latte by R&R. So that's where I got. I was just one night. I think it's just one night of stitching and I got that far. So yeah, I'm glad I got a start on it, and I will pull it out more and work on both of them as go out. If you want to see, that's how far I am on the other one. There we go. Because Stars goes this on that side. So yeah. So that was my President's Day stitch. I started. And a little bit broke up with the Valentine's Day stitching a little bit. So that was a good little break from the pink and the blue on that. But I did work on some other Valentine's Day whips that I just quite didn't get finished yet. So, one second. One of those is another Primrose Cottage. I swear I'm not sponsored by them. Oh, I wish I was sometimes. But they had loads of love. And this one is really cute. I love a little truck series. I don't own a truck, but it's just, the trucks are so cute. In this one, I am stitching on 36 count Toasted Almond by Fabrics by Stephanie. Oops, not ironed. I'm mostly using the called for. What I switched up was the red that is in some of these and in this, in the little kissing booth kind of, is it a, yeah, it's kissing booth, and the little birdhouse. I switched it from the red DMC to Weeks Dye Works Louisiana hot sauce because I wanted some variegation, and there are big chunks of color and I wanted some variegation in there. So yeah, made a couple of mistakes I realized, but I just kind of fudged it and I'm going with it and I'm loving how it's turning out. So that's that one. Then I worked on some other projects throughout the month. I worked on my 2 current birthday projects that I still got going, my birthday starts. First was the Mickey house. I don't have the, it's a digital pattern and it's from an Etsy shop, and it's basically, it's charted in just monochromatic, and it's just the outline. It's the outline of the Mickey with a castle around it and some flags on the turrets. And I decided that I want to switch it up. I had some of the classic, the color and cotton from the Nicole Spore Create packet that for, let me rephrase this. Nicole Spore picked out some color and cotton flosses to do the Teresa Kogut free pattern Create, which, right there, I did that one, and I had the floss left over, and they were perfect colors for what I wanted in my mind of the pink, the purple, there's some yellow and oranges, which are also the color, if you're a Disney fan, Festival of Arts and Figment. So there's a theme. And yeah, I got that part done. If you remember from my whip parade, I had started it in Weeks Dye Works Confetti, which is a red, yellow, blue, green variegated floss, and was going to kind of do it in a diagonal, and yeah, that wasn't working. So I got that all pulled out this month, and then I started some more. I got more of the Mickey Mouse head done and some more of the fill-in. So yeah, making good progress on that one. And this is on a, what count is it? 36 count white silver by Fabric Flair. The other birthday, that was for my birthday start in 2024, by the way. So my other birthday start was this month, or this year, and it is, oh, I hope I'm not going to butcher this name. Felicitas y Recados by Needlework Press. And I am decided that I wanted to switch it on, or I wanted to stitch it on 46 count and all in Belsois silks, which I've never used before. So that is my conversion of Belsois silks. And I got more of the border done and started some of the flower. So I think I was here before and I finished up the border a little bit and worked more on the flower. I'm trying to eat my vegetables first and do the rest of the border, but the flower was just calling to me. So I started on that, and I'm loving how it's turning out. I like the silks, and I don't mind working on the 46 count. I mean, of course, I do use my magnifier, and which has good lighting as well, but yeah. And that is 46 count, Just the Ticket by Tabby Cat. I also have continued to work on at least one of my winter stitches. It is technically still winter, even though we all wish it was spring. But I am working on the last little pillow for Seasons of the Heart by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread, and I'm working on winter. I have stitched all the other 3 of them, and I do stitch, I don't put the little banner in, I stitch the border continuously around. So I got more progress on that one using all the called for floss on the called for 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm loving how it's turning out. I got more of the border done with the berries, and I finished the snow and working more in that house. So I have a few more weeks to work on that one. My goal is to finish it before the official start of spring, which I believe is March 20th or 21st, one of those two. So, sorry, just putting this back in its spot so it doesn't get lost. And then I do occasionally have time while I'm at work to work on a stitch, and I like to take something that has a bigger count, and it's kind of easy for me to just pick up a strand and work on for a little bit, and then during my lunch hour, and then continue on my day. So what I started when I got it last year, and then I've been working on it off and on, is the Strawberry Quilt by Primrose Cottage. This was in their Sip and Stitch last year, and I believe they're going to release it to the public soon, is what I heard. So I haven't watched their Flosstube from yesterday, so we'll see if they say anything in that one, but I have that far done. So I got a little bit more done with the little caps and a little bit of the white part. I think I got a little bit done. Slow and steady. And I'll be making that into a pillow once I get it done. And it has nice spring vibes, so I'm liking that. And then, of course, I needed to start working on my March stitching, which is St. Patrick's Day. And I like to pretend I'm Irish. I'm mostly English. I gotta look at my 23andMe DNA chart again, but I'm mostly English. But I was working on St. Patrick's Day by Primrose Cottage. And I am doing this as the Subway Tile Subway Tile Art. And this is on 28 count white. And there I go. And I think I had just previously, I had just a little bit of Irish done. And so I got all of that done in this. And I've only been working on it for 2 nights, I want to say. So it's a quick little stitch. Loving how it turns out, and it'll go perfectly with my other St. Patrick's items that are in home. So yeah, that's it that I've been working on for stitch-wise. I did work on some sock knitting. I started a Valentine's Day sock pair. I don't have it here with me. And then I continued to work on what I started for my birthday as a pair of socks, as well as there's a Christmas set that I got one half of it done and working on the other half. Excuse me. I also, did I sew anything? I didn't sew anything, but I did cut out some fabric to make some project bags. So hopefully I will work on some project bags this weekend. We'll see how that goes. I did do one, before we get into haul, let me show you one other thing I did work on, because I'm really excited about these. So, I had the supplies and the idea in my head. I was waiting for a little bit other supplies and the inspiration to strike. Everybody made the little stitchy boxes out of the Joy cases last year, and of course I made a couple of them. I still have supplies to make more of them. I was gonna make a winter one and I just didn't get to it this past Christmas, so that's still in my plans for the later. But I wanted to make some travel ones, some little cute travel ones, so I got this size of a little jewelry box. And I wanted to make travel kits for both my knitting and my stitching. And you'll see here that Timber is making a guest appearance in the background. Say hi, Timber. Yeah. So this one, the pink one, is my knitting one. So yeah. I just how you do the bigger ones. Just some cardboard with fabric over it, and then I put some ribbon, and then I did the same. I tore out some of the guts, put some ribbon down there, and then some fabric, and then some of my knitting supplies for on the go. Oops. And I get mixed up if I'm on a decrease or a knit, so I made this little coin for decrease. Decrease. Knit. So that I did for knitting, but then I also did a little one for cross stitching, because like I told you, I do some cross stitching at work, and I wanted a little kit for that. So I had this little blue box, and I got this sticker. I don't know where I got the sticker from, and I have seen it before. I could have sworn I've seen it on Etsy. I think I got it free when, oh, you know where I won something from Hands On Design, and Kathy sent this with the scissors that I won. So that's where I got this one, but I have seen it online as well on Etsy. And Timber is being overly helpful. It needs to get sit down. But this one, I also had some cute little fabric that had a little stitching theme on it. So I put a pair of little scissors and needle threader. And then this has a little bit of a cushion, and I want to put some needles in there, so I have some extra needles. And I was thinking of putting, this is a little pocket that I just covered with ribbon, and I wanted to put a, get a needle minder and put that in there. So yeah, I was working on those items. That's a crafty stuff I was working on this month as well. So now let's go into my haul. Just got a little bit of haul. One moment. Just a tiny bit behind me. What you saw for Love Notes, the Duxbury, the 40 count, I did get that from Hollis Hands Creates on Etsy, and with that order, of course, it couldn't have gone by itself. So I also got some 36 count Patriots Brew. Is it by R&R? Yeah, by R&R. And I have been wanting this, and I finally just caved and got it, but 17th by Hands On Design. I've yet to do one of these little mattresses. I did get the Jingle Around the Block one at the Jingle Ball in 2023, but I haven't finished that one yet. So, but like I said, I love St. Patrick's Day and green, mainly because it's green, I think, and that's my favorite color. But super cute. So looking forward to stitching that possibly this month. And then I did get a little order from Primrose Cottage because I had to have the St. Patrick's Day Quaker. It is just so super cute. And I got the floss pack to go with it and finishing kit. I did not get the fabric though. The called for is 25 count potato, and 25 count is just too big kind of for me. I like this a little bit smaller count. So I do have, I believe I pulled out some 32 count platinum, and I was going to stitch it up on that. And this is my plans to start tomorrow. So I better get that up tonight. But yeah, and it has the call for is color and cotton. And I'm sorry, yeah, color and cotton. So I'm loving this one. Can't wait to stitch it. They also had some home decor items that I've been intrigued by, but I just never got. And so what I wanted was in stock. So if you didn't know, they have these items, and I picked up this cute little hat, and it's just a wood little hat. Let's see how big it is. So that was super cute. And then there was some little shamrocks and this adorable little chick. So that's my cross stitch kind of plus haul. I did get some, it just came today, some new yarn from 3 by the Sea. This is their tulip sock set, and super cute. And I got a little reminder. I'm like, it just came, so it's still in its packaging. This is going to be a start when I'm on vacation later on in March. So let's talk about that and plans. So March, next week I am in a week-long training out of town, so I'm packing up for that. And I'll have some downtime in the evening, so I'll pack up some projects to work on while I'm out and about, or I'm out in the hotel room, kind of just relaxing and working on some of those. I do want to finish the Winter House from Brendan Gervais, as well as Winter Folk from Hands On Design. I still have that I'm working on. And there's the St. Patrick's Day items that I want to work on. And what I didn't get to, I was really bummed that I didn't get to it in the last 2 months. And I want to stitch on it, but then there's so much other stuff that I want to stitch on too. It's just, they're competing. The projects are competing for my attention. But the one that I started last year that I haven't been back to, and I want to get back to, is Winter Rose Manor by Brendan Gervais. I want to get a little bit more on that done so that I'm not left with the house at the end and feeling overwhelmed with that huge house, and get a little more progress on it. Because I love the pattern and I love stitching on it. It's just, I love stitching on it, all the other stuff too. So hopefully that is on my list. But there's also a ton of Nashville needlework item or Nashville market items that are on my list as well. I did place an order with Lindy Stitches, and I love the fact that she's combining the orders and you get the one shipping charge, and I spent enough that I got the free shipping, which is awesome. I did place also an order for some floss from her. You get, I think it's buy 5 get 1 free, so this, your 6th one is free. It's kind of, so roughly turns out to be 20% off, which is awesome. And yeah, I've been kitting up some of those items. What do I have? I don't have my list in front of me, but I know I got Patriots In from Annie B's. I got from Hands On Design, I got the Ladybug, as well as the carrot, the big awesome produce with the carrot and the rabbit. And so I got that pattern. I also got, I want to say there was an Emily Call in there, but I forget what the name of it is. And it had flowers. Of course, it had flowers on it. That one was super cute. And then Stacy Nash, she had so many cute ones. I limited myself to 3 for now. I got Harriet, I got Lily, and I got, what's the other one? One second. I got Daily Reminder. No, that one's Brenda Gervais. I also got some of that. Rose Hill Farm. That's the other Stacy Nash one that I got. So I made a list of all the flosses I need, and I started kitting some of these up. I did get some Brenda Gervais ones from Farm Girl Dry Goods. I got the Daily Reminder, the Earth Lass, and Liberty on those. But I was going to show you that, Nicole Sporer had these that she showed in her Flosstube to organize her fabric as well as her kitting up some projects. And I really like the idea of kitting up the projects. And it's these bags that are on Amazon, and they just kind of hang, and they have like the ziplocky kind of top. So I got some of these bags, and I'm kitting up some of my projects I want to work on this spring, as well as the Nashville Needlework ones. And I have way too many that they're all falling over. But I have like the Ladybug that I got kitted up, as well as Patriots In. I think I got all of it except the fabric, and Harriet on this one. I also got Maggie May coming in the mail from somebody, and then Lily on those. Some of the other projects that I've been kitting up that I want to start this spring that have been in my stash are Tis Spring. Oh, there we go. Tis Spring by Brenda Gervais. And then Rabbit and Rose by Brenda Gervais. Ooh. Hold up. There. Oh, no. Hold on. Let's just cut to the chase and do this. It's like 2 layers of plastic you're looking through. Rabbit and Rose. Super cute. So I started kitting that one up. And then another one, the Primrose Cottage Trucks Carrot Farm. This one, though, I'm going to do a practically complete floss conversion. And I got last year, Primrose Cottage had their primitive Easter combo that they had from Classic Colorworks, and I got those flosses, and I want to switch all of them to those colors. I think that'll be so cute. So I'm excited to start that one. I had the idea last year and then just didn't happen. So excited to start that one. And the other one I'm excited to start is Liz Matthews' Spring House. And I finally did pick some fabric on that one. Let me show you that. We're just at 40 minutes here. We got some time to share still. I'm using all the DMC, and I wanted to get 36 count, and I had, for the bottom part, I did have Friendship Green by Fabrics by Stephanie in my stash. And then I'm gonna try to make it work. I had Hydrangea by Atomic Ranch. I'm cutting it close. I have only 3 inches extra on the top and bottom. 3 inches total, that is. So I'm going to stitch it so that on the bottom is 1 inch and on the top is 2 inches for framing purposes, because you butt the bottom to the top of the green. And cross my fingers, it works. Because I can't find, well, I have the piece and I don't want to buy a whole nother big piece when I have this piece and I didn't have any other plans for it. That's my thought. If it doesn't work, then we'll figure out what to do with that one. But those are my plans for that. And yeah, that's about all I had. I did, if you stayed this long, if you want to stay around for a few minutes more, I can show you what I did to organize my fabric, because everybody seems to be talking about how they're organizing their fabrics these days. And I love all the different ideas. It's just, I don't have the space to hold larger containers with the comic boards and such, and I have hanging room for the bags, but I don't have that much hanging room in my spot. And I also don't buy large pieces of fabric usually, but I did have these little bins from Art Bin, and I was previously using them to hold cards, but I didn't have them stuffed full, and I can put the cards in a different bin that I got. But these are just bins. They have a couple of dividers in them, and see how they are. I had these, and then I just organize them by number. So I have all the 28, then 32 count, then 40 count, and 46. A little bit of 46. I have like 2 pieces of 46. I then just cut these little, I die cut labels from just some cardstock, and then I stamp the count in different colors for different sizes, and I write the color, and then I try to write if it's linen or Lugana, and then I write who it's from on the back. Is that? Yeah. And then I pin it with a little tiny pin, and I just kind of stack them all together. And I have, so far 2, I picked up the 3641, and didn't realize how heavy it was, and jam packed full. That's 36, and that's 40. So I might need to get a third one of those, but yeah, that's how I organize my fabric. I just fold it into roughly this size so it fits in there nicely. And yeah, and that's about it. I don't think I have anything else to share. If you can see Timber in the background there, still peeking up. He likes to sit behind me on the chair while I'm doing various things. There we are. There he is. Cute little Dachshund Terrier mix. And hope you enjoyed the Flosstube. And if you have any questions or comments, if you're working on something I'm working on, let me know. Love to hear that. Stitch along always kind of motivates me to stitch things too. And yeah, I would love to chat with you about any of your cross stitch projects you're working on, and great ideas that you might have on anything as well. So thanks for watching, and hope you have a great weekend. Bye.